Police running all in and out the building. Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, was
Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Hey, it's been a while. You know, I'm over here pushing buttons and stuff. Well, let me see if I can push the right button. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? YouTube, what's good? Raider Nation. We are in the building once again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the congregation. And y'all know I got to give y'all the Raider Twuan brown cracker salute. Remember, there is no Raider Twuan without the congregation. And there is no congregation without the Raider Nation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, put the brown crackers in the chat. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute. And y'all know we want you a part of the congregation. And the congregation is, we on our way to 1K. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Quit playing with yourself and go ahead and subscribe. Be a part of that 1K. Be a part of the congregation, all right? That's how you can be a part of the congregation. And, you know what I'm saying? Don't be mean. And go ahead and double tap that screen.
Fucking Stizan. Fucking Stizan. Stizan.
Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
Double tap the heck out of that thing, all right? Hey, look. Hey, look, it's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? I had some things I had to take care of, but hey, I got some things for you. Go ahead and put your questions in the chat. All right. Hey, look, I'm here. I need y'all to be here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, put some Raider questions in the comment section so I can give you some of that Raider gospel. All right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm here for, is to give you the Raider gospel. All right. And some of y'all, hey, today was a good old weekend. You know what I'm saying? We had some college games going on, and you guys know here at Raider Twuan, I does the homework. All right. If I'm not on a live, I'm doing the homework back at, you know what I'm saying? Back in, you know what I'm saying? I'm at my desk, you know what I'm saying? With my paper, you know what I'm saying? Showing my work, you know what I'm saying? Definitely doing that homework. So if you got some questions about some of the games today, I got some answers for you. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys know I'll be doing my little studying behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? We are live, and you know where we at. We are live at the Ahern. You know what I'm saying? We are live at the Ahern. Shout out to the Ahern for being, you know what I'm saying, a place where a live can happen. All right. Shout out to the Ahern. All right. Anyway, shout out to Brown Crackers, and definitely, y'all know who I love. Shout out to Shirley. All right. Anyway, we got some people in the chat going in. You know what I'm saying? We got some people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Rosetown is in the building. All right. Hey, Jack Gustafsson. All right, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta read these close because you know the bifocals is, you know what I'm saying, they need some help. All right, anyway, let me see who else is in the chat real quick. You know what I'm saying? The early birds, you know what I'm saying? The early birds. John Leon is in the building. Shout out to John Leon. Blessings to you. Rob Pinion, Deacon Rob is in the building. All right. Who else is in the building? All right. Hey, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Go ahead and be a part of the congregation. Hey, I'm going to get into your comment section, you know what I'm saying, in a minute. Put your questions down because definitely I'm going to be here to answer some of your questions. Maybe you was like, hey, you know, I've been thinking about this and maybe I need Raider Twuan to give me his Raider gospel on that topic. So definitely put that down in the comment section. Hey, but before I get into all of that, let me pay the preliminary bills, you know what I'm saying, and say Merry Christmas, you know what I'm saying, Merry Christmas, you know what I'm saying, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, you know what I'm saying, to everybody, you know what I'm saying. I hope it was good. I hope, you know what I'm saying, you ate some good food, you know what I'm saying, whatever it was, you know what I'm saying. If you got some tamales, let me say this publicly, you know what I'm saying, if you got some tamales, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't sharing with Raider Twuan, you need to just go ahead and unsubscribe. All right, go ahead and bring the tamales to Raider Twuan. All right, hit me up on IG, you know what I'm saying, let me know where I can get the tamales, you know what I'm saying, because the boy needs some tamales, you feel me? All right, and you know what I'm saying, if you ate some other food, you know what I'm saying, that's cool too, you know what I'm saying, but I'm glad hopefully you guys had a great Christmas. And let me speed it up a little bit because you know what today is. Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? We is in a new year. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this team, you know what I'm saying, doesn't act brand new and you know what I'm saying, act like they can't, you know what I'm saying, win some games. All right, because we need to be just winning, baby. All right, simple as that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed, you know, year coming forward. I hope you guys, you know, got your game plan together for how you're going to level up. You know what I'm saying? How you going to improve? How you going to be a better version of who you are? You know what I'm saying? I hope that you know what I'm saying, get a couple of more dollars in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? I hope you know what I'm saying, make the right money moves, you know what I'm saying, and stay away from the bloody shoes, you know what I'm saying? When I say bloody shoes, I'm talking about going to the hospital, you know what I'm saying? We need the good health around here, you know what I'm saying? Some people need, you know what I'm saying, some people need that good old healing, you know what I'm saying? I hope that comes your way. Some people need a transplant, you know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying? Some people need a transplant, but whatever it is that you need, I am praying that you are able to achieve that. You know what I'm saying? I hope that you succeed. And when you succeed, when you make it, you know what I'm saying? When you get that Grammy, when you get that Oscar, whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you get that Nobel Peace Prize, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you make it, you know what I'm saying? Don't forget your boy Raider Twuan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for money, but you know what I'm saying? Just give your boy a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Raider Twuan and the congregation. You know what I'm saying? Look, that's all I'm asking for. Shout out to Raider Twuan and the congregation. All right. Anyway, hey, today we had some games going on. You know what I'm saying? Dante Moore played against Texas Tech. You know what I'm saying? Fernando, you know what I'm saying? Mendoza, you know what I'm saying? Went against that good old SEC juggernaut that was not obviously today, which was Alabama, you know, and was some good games. Blowouts, but it was some good games, some telling things, you know what I'm saying, within that. And definitely, I know you guys probably have some questions and comments about that. But let's stick to the topic that's on the chat today as I check these bifocals. There was some, and this is where we got to rewind a little bit, okay? There was some alarming, well, not alarming things, but there was some interesting things that we had going on against the Texans, okay? Look, I'm 2 games back, okay? Because the Giants, that just tells us that we just, ladies and gentlemen, we are the worst team in the NFL. Simple as that. I'm just y'all know I gotta give y'all the Raider gospel, and that's the Raider gospel. We are officially the worst team in the NFL. Okay, but anyway, back to the Texans. There are some things against the Texans, even in the loss, that are as much as I want to be negative, there's some positives. If y'all remember the way that we played against the Texans, we gave the Texans some fits. Even though we lost, there was some things within that game that we gave the Texans some fits, and they were good. They were good fits. Okay. Our O-line, for some reason, had some type of chemistry. Our D-line was getting after the quarterback. And part of that is, offensively on the O-line, it seemed like that game they decided that they wanted to do more power. And despite how bad our offensive line has been, more of the successful plays that have happened with the Raiders has been when they went to more of a power-like blocking scheme, especially in the run game. Now, you guys know I put out a whole live talking about this player, you know what I'm saying, and I've given him a name, and I've given him Genty the Baptist. You know what I'm saying? Because he be baptizing people, giving them the good old stiff arm, you know what I'm saying, situation. But we know Genty's Genty. And, he's going to get better. But where he is now, he's good. He's really good. And we've robbed him from him being the ultimate offensive rookie of the year. And it's because we failed him in bringing in the right personnel to block in front of him. And that was one of my biggest concerns in regards to drafting Genty. I said, okay, if we draft Genty, we better bring in an O-line, because, again, if you bring in a Genty and still have a bad offensive line, that running back ain't going to go off. And when you look at the totality of where Genty has been and how he has played, he hasn't gone off. This whole entire season, you can probably say, wait, maybe 1-2 games. He's actually really, did something really solid. And that's where we have issues in regards to our O-line. Right? But in the Texans game, in a top 10 defense, a team that's in the playoffs, we actually competed. We actually, some people, and, I don't know if I'm going to get into that today, because, that might be a whole nother live. But some people were really sweating it because they wanted us to lose that game. And we were very close to winning that game. In fact, if it wasn't for, blaming on Geno, we would have won that game. Because if it wasn't for that pick six, We spotted them 6 points and still was close to winning that game. So there are some positives in regards to this team. We got some guys there on the skill position, Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty, and so if we could fix that offensive line, fortify our defense, we can win some games. And there's some positive, like I said, that's a positive into what we might be saying is all bad. Because now I hear me clearly. I'm not content with where we are personnel wise. If we go into 2026 with this personnel and say, "Oh, we just gonna run it back," that ain't gonna be the play. That is not going to be the move, nor should it be the move. But it's not a situation, in my opinion, where we have to completely strap everything. Now, when I say strap everything, there's situations contractually that it's going to be like we're going to scrap everything. Okay? Because there's some players that we think, okay, those guys are here, but they're only here for 1 year. Perfect example. Majority of our linebackers, at least our veteran linebackers, they're all under 1-year contracts. So Devin White, Adams, right? I think Landon Roberts he might have 1 more year left on his contract. So we need to look at linebackers. And a lot of people are not talking about we need to address linebackers. And linebackers is probably one of the bigger things that we need to, outside of our offensive line, is one of the bigger things that we need to take care of. Let's talk about the things we got to take care of, because there's a whole lot. And that's why when you start breaking down the positions, then you got to think about how many you need in those positions, and then that gives you the barometer or levels of where we are, right? Everybody talks about offensive line. I said linebackers because if you can't just go in there with a Landon Roberts next year, right? Are we happy with D-line? Because it's only Max Crosby. And can I say this? Because, some people don't want to talk about this either. But our best D-lineman is on one leg. I'll say it again. Our best D-lineman is on one leg. So we need to address that. Offensive line, linebacker, D-line. Palmow's getting roasted at safety. Got to address safety. Okay. Porter's cool because he's a rookie. Stokes is on a 1-year contract. Don't we need to address corner? Because Caillou Blue Kelly, I don't know. That's 5 positions already. Don't we need to address a backup running back? Because Zamir White ain't it. People want to say. And Mostert is on a 1-year contract. That's 6. What else? You know what I'm saying? That's 6 positions. Not talking about how many in those positions. Because when we talk about D-line, we need a nose tackle because we don't have a nose tackle. We actually need a 3-tech because I don't know about Adam Butler. Okay? Because I'm the first one to say it, and I'm going to continue to say it. Adam Butler has not been the same since he's been kissed. So what are we doing? Okay. So there's a lot of positions. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys in there. There's a lot of positions that we got to address. And that's why we're at where we're at. You know, I've been saying probably for the last 2 years that we've been very top heavy. And unfortunately, I think we're even a little weaker in our top than we actually are. Deacons, if you can, please share this out to the other platforms. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, so there's all of that going on. But like I said, there's some positives, right? How can we start from the basics and move forward, right? If we get that offensive line straight up, that means Ashton Genty is going to be able to run better. That means our quarterback, and some people, despite the popular belief, I think Geno is not as bad as people think. I've said since the beginning that Geno's going to throw you a pick, but he's going to keep you in games. And unfortunately, because he's not able to go through all of his progressions and he's not really being protected, we're getting what we're getting. I really don't believe Geno's that bad, even though he looks bad with what we have out there on the field. Okay. Along with, it's almost like a big ball. Along with all the things with Chip Kelly, right? And the drama with Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, Tom Brady, John Spite. It is a big mess. But when you're in a position like this, where you can make a play for a starting quarterback, you can make a play to fortify this offensive line. You can make a play to get everything, started going to build around for a franchise. Because we're at the bare minimum in regards to framework. We got some key pieces, but not enough key pieces. And that brings up the conversation of, how we should go in the draft. We're literally in a position, some people may not like this, some people may like this. We're literally in a position where the overall talent that we have on this roster, that we can literally go best player available. If we're at player, if we're in the second round and there's a corner, the top, the top player is a corner, bring him in. Even, I'll say it like this: even if we needed, and this, maybe if we in the fourth round, fifth round, and there's the top player's a tight end, bring him in. And you guys are like, why tight end? We got Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. You need a third tight end. And if you can get that person on a cheap 4-year contract and have him behind Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer, because again, What has happened to both of those players this year? At some point, they've got hurt. You need that third tight end. So if he's the top guy in the draft, bring him in. Oh, that D line, that edge is the top in the third. Bring him in. The only thing that I may not be drafting in the draft is a kicker. Because I think we can get that in undrafted, you know what I'm saying, situation if we decide to move on from Carlson. Because I know some people are talking about, you know, Carlson may have lost it because of his inaccuracies. Right? So we can swing, and when I say not swing, I'm talking about like go ahead and go get guys if they're right there. And no matter what they are, position-wise, it's not going to hurt us. Because when you look at everything, again, when you look at the totality of our roster, right now on top of my head, there's probably only 3 spots that I'm like, okay, we don't really need someone to be a full starter in there. Max Crosby, Brock Bowers, Ashton Jeanty. Do we need depth at those spots? Yes, we do. But that's 3. 2 on the offensive side, which means there's 11 other guys on that starting team. 1 on our defense. And 11 other guys. Don't that seem like we need to address talent there? And I've said this in regards to our what we've been drafting of late. I find it interesting that we have drafted best player available, and those players in the past 2 years, we've drafted best player available. And those are our best players on the offense. Ashton Jeanty and Brock Bowers. So there's something there's something when you just go best player available. Okay. Would I like a quarterback? Yes. Do I necessarily say that we need to draft a quarterback? I see both sides. And it depends on what we decide to do. I see both sides. I'm not, and hear me clear, I'm not completely sold on we gotta go draft a quarterback. Because as I'm looking at this draft, there might be a position where we can trade back. And when I say trade back, I'm talking about trade back 2 spots, still get our quarterback, and pick up some players. And have some clips for this year and next year. we're in a position, and I know some people have talked about this because it's just the reality of things. We draft. If we go to 3, and that's what I've kind of been looking at. If we go to 3, obviously whoever's number 1 is going to go get a quarterback, right? The second person is the Giants. They're not getting a quarterback. They have Dart. So they have, and this is what I would do. If I was the Giants, I would get Arvell Reese. And that's that'd be a problem for some teams over there with the Giants. Because no matter what draft boards you're looking at, no matter what the consensus is, Arvell Reese is overall the best player in the draft. So they have Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, Carter, and Arvell Reese. And I'm kind of like, that's why I say I see both sides, because if we are in a position where we trade back, and let's just say we trade back and Dante Moore and Mendoza are gone, and Arvell Reese is sitting there, I'm running that ticket up there so fast. The ticket's already up there. Because again, when you go best player available, it has brought success. And if he is the best player available, where we land, you got to pull the trigger. Because we don't, I hate to say this, but we don't have anybody. Everybody's a suspect. Like I said, there's probably only 3 people, but everybody else is a suspect. And when I say everybody's a suspect, that means everybody can go. Maybe even you. I was saying that's a Mike Epps, Money Mike, you know what I'm saying, reference. But we got to get talent on this roster. And what if we addressed everything outside of quarterback? You guys, hey, let me know in the chat. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Where we addressed everything we needed in the draft. Excuse me, I gotta fix this. We addressed everything in the draft. Can y'all hear me? Yeah, here we go. Look, hey, we let me get you guys back up. Sorry about the technical difficulties here. Hey, you guys make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Camera. Trying to get my visuals back. Headline visual effects. Let me see. Hey, hey, y'all. Okay. Let me. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. All right. Here we go. Hey, how's my sound? Y'all let me know how it's sounding. Somebody let me know my channel. On my sound. All right. Y'all good? Y'all good? Hey, you hear me? All right, for sure. Um, Hey, there's a whole bunch of things we gotta, you know what I'm saying, to look at it. And no matter where we land in the draft, we got to get talent. That's why we got a Brock Bowers, best player available. Ashton Genty was obviously one of the best skill players available, right? And they're automatically going in and being productive. All right?
You fucking cold.
When you look in the camera, do it. Hey, you guys go ahead and hit them likes. Why? Because I like you. All right, you clip that one, right?
Yeah, go and hit them likes. Shout out to Lunatic Raider and, you know what I'm saying, Dirty Raider. You know what I'm saying? You guys know Raider Allegiance and also Natural Born Raider Podcast. Shout out to my brothers. You know, that was a Dirty Lunatic show. Little thing. I got to get some updates. But look at where we are. And one thing I'll tell you guys this is don't get hell-bent on gotta get a quarterback. Yes, we do need a quarterback. Yes, we do need that quarterback of the future. I'm not denying that. But like I said, talent-wise, we gotta load up. And I've said this plenty of times that no matter who is under center, we gotta build. And building should be our top priority because we don't have much. I'm looking at you guys in the chat. John Leon in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Rose got the brown crackers, you know what I'm saying, cracking in the chat. You feel me? Yeah, hey, John Leon, hey, I'm not gonna deny Mendoza looked good. Now, I will say this. And I said this earlier. Mendoza is at the Ritz-Carlton. Okay. And we have a Motel 6. Okay. Reason why, and hear me out. The reason why Mendoza is having so much success is when you look at the talent that is around him, and this is not his fault. He can't control. He can't. He's not the GM. He can't control. You know what I'm saying? What's on his roster? He just uses what he has, right? But when you look at the talent that he has, pretty much all three of his wide receivers, they all can go in either the first round or the second round. And Surratt might be one of the best wide receivers in this draft. Okay? Along with the guy from Arizona. So you have Surratt, Amari Cooper, And I think his name is Becker. That's doing what Dante Thornton should be doing, but ain't doing. Being 6'4" with speed and a jump ball ability. So he has all of that in his passing game, along with his tight end. Okay? But he has all these weapons around him. And let's talk about that O-line that he has. That O-line be blocking you. And that's where, and this is where it's tough. Because when you look at his play, has he really been pressured? Has he really been in some really tough situations? Or is he just out there playing point guard? Because and this is where, this is where I have to, and this is, some people do this, but this is where I have to look at how the Raider Nation is going to look at him. Because if we draft him, they're going to expect for him to do exactly what he's doing at Indiana with what we got with us. And unfortunately, he's not. Because we don't have those wide receivers. All of our wide receivers are not first round draft caliber. Not saying that they're not good, not saying that they're not talented, not saying that, but they're not, no. It's not there. And we've been talking about this O-line since, I don't know, week 3, week 2, week 3. So it's going to be one of those situations, and be prepared. It's going to be one of those situations like with Genty. If we don't address that offensive line, Mendoza's not going to be the Mendoza that everybody is not everybody, but the majority of, everybody is falling in love with. It's just not going to happen. And, Mendoza, right? Mendoza's comfortable. And again, he can't control. Hey, I can't control. I got this all-star cast around me. Like even this game today, I'm watching and he's just sitting there. Oh, he's not open. Okay, let me go to this other number one. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Surratt, but Omar Cooper's over there. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me throw it to my big body wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Let me give one to him. Oh, let me hand it off. Let me hand it off to this running back and let him go 18 yards. Touchdown. So he has a lot of talent around him. And hopefully, this is the hope, that hopefully we can build around somebody like a Mendoza. I'm not saying Mendoza is the end-all, be-all, because personally, I like Dante. I do like Dante too. And Dante has some high, some. His ceiling is a little higher than Mendoza's. His upside, let me say it like that. But the hope is that no matter, like I said, no matter who's under center, we have to build, and no matter who's under center, we have to get talent. Simple as that. You know, Pete Carroll was talking about, Pete Carroll was talking about competition. We ain't got much people in there to really be competing, and that's a fact. And until we do that, then we'll actually really see a competition. Because some of the places that people were swearing up and down that it was going to be a competition and we needed a competition there was no competition. You bringing in Alex Kappa is not competition. John Leon said Mendoza the first pick. What? Well, you said, okay, good question. Okay, so you're saying with Mendoza being first, what's going to be in the second round? I would like to go, if we're going that route, I would like to go defense. We need to address D-line. Because not only do we need to invest in the quarterback, right? Because, again, we need to do that at some point, whether it's this year or next year. We need to invest in our best player on our team. Max Crosby. Max Crosby's frustrated and screaming for help that technically he does not have. And that's the issue. We got Max Crosby and what? A bunch of realistically rotational guys. So if and it just depends on how the draft is. And that's what I like about where we are now, because in the second round, where we are in the second round, it's almost like getting a second first. Because there's somebody that's going to, they say fall, but there's going to be somebody that should be should be a first rounder that's going to be right there for us to go get. And whoever that is, we need to pull the trigger. I'm hoping that it be somebody on the defensive side. I hope it's a maybe like a Sonny Styles or a pass rusher. My biggest hope, and this is the biggest prayer that I would throw up in the draft is we go get, everybody wants Mendoza, and I'll indulge you guys in that. We go get Mendoza in the first round, and then in the second round, we go get Ruben Bain to help out Max Crosby. Because the report is out there that, Ruben Bain got the little short arms or whatever, but I'm just going to tell you right now that the tape is looking lovely. Okay? Ruben Bain got some pass rush moves. He got him a bag. And if you can put that on the side of Max Crosby, because can somebody, you know what I'm saying? Am I the only one that has seen Max Crosby rushing and the quarterback go to the opposite side and there's nobody on the other side to clean it up? We need somebody on the other side to clean it up. And I think Rubenband can do that. But yeah, to answer your question, you know, you said Mendoza's first, I'll indulge you in that. But I hope that it is the top defensive player in the second round, preferably D-line. El Capitan Rafucho. Happy New Year. John Leon said, everybody's so been on that center with the Ravens. I've been saying this early, and some people, I think I might have been the first. I don't, you know, you guys been watching me and watching other people, but I've said, and some people I've heard people repeat what I've said after I put my thing out there. Free agency needs to go to the O-line. I'm not playing around with, because remember, our O-line, we're addressing our front line. We're not bringing in guys that are possibly backups. Okay. Let's just say it like this: if we address the offensive line free agency, then that means you have Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant as our backups. And based on what I've seen of late, yes, they've got beat a few times, but they've also looked good. You know, Charles Grant, you know, looked really good in the few snaps that he's got, and Rogers, you know what I'm saying, he's got beat up a few times, but he's got beat up by guys that he should have got beat up by. You know what I'm saying? You know, when a rookie goes in, and some of this stuff has to be expected. When you're a rookie and you go against, you know what I'm saying, that grizzly old vet, you know what I'm saying, that pro bowler of old that still got, you know what I'm saying, got some few old school tricks in his bag, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get beat. And those times, yes, he's got beat. So I can live with those, because those are just, you know, old school's going to beat new school. But to have him as a backup, you're fortifying your offensive line. Egalitarian in the building. Good to see you, man. Blessings to you. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. All right. Merry Christmas. Rob said no quarterback will work as long as Pete Carroll and his kids are here. Yeah, it will work. Because again, you know, that's why, like I said, I see both sides. So don't come over here trying to kill me. But I do see both sides where we roll again with Geno, but we fortify everything else. We get a better offensive line. That helps our running game. That also helps Geno go fully through all of his progressions where he doesn't feel like he's forced to, you know what I'm saying, get the ball out, you know what I'm saying, to his second read, because he knows if that first read and that second read ain't there, he's getting sacked. Okay? He can actually go 1, 2, 3, and maybe even back to 1. You know what I'm saying? With a good blocking offensive line. So if we can do that, and we've addressed We addressed all of our, all of our other stuff. Then when we go into next year, where Gino's contract is, where we could really let him go and it's not really, hurting us, we can go get that quarterback and then just go get little pieces here and there behind that. Even if we have to trade up for the quarterback, we'll still have some draft picks to go get what we didn't, you know what I'm saying? For an example, we addressed linebacker in the first draft. We addressed D-line in the first draft. And in the second year, obviously we're going to go get that quarterback, but then our other pick is like, okay, we didn't address corner. Let's go ahead and pull that corner in the 4th round. Or we didn't address safety. We let Pal-Mal run wild again, even though Pal-Mal shouldn't be a starter. Let's go ahead and address safety. So I don't think we're going to be like, again, I think we need to get out of our head that we'll fix this all in 1 year. Okay? It's going to take at least 2 years for us to get what we need to get, along with allowing them to mature, along with us coaching them, you know what I'm saying? All of that, right? For us to get back to, where we can be fully competitive and possibly knocking on the door for playoffs. I think it might, with good drafting, it might take us 2 years. So with that being said, it's not necessarily like we're hell-bent, really completely hell-bent to go get a quarterback. Because again, if you address certain things, run Gino again, because he's here, right? Then next year, you can go full in on quarterback, and then whatever's left, draft pick wise, you begin to supplement from there. And you might even still go, it depends on where we are. You still might have to go best, you might still can go best player available. And get, again, get talent in here. Hey, Jan Hill, appreciate you coming in. You know what I'm saying? He said Texans will take Max Crosby. I think there's a whole bunch of teams that'll take Max Crosby. If that's what we decide to do. And unfortunately, I don't think we need to get rid of Max Crosby. Because this is my worry and this is my concern. I think we're close to Max Crosby's close to Derek Carr. And when I say that, I'm saying it in this frame. The failure that we did with Derek Carr is that we brought him in, we failed to build around him, and we failed to bring in his replacement. And that's why we're still trying to figure out who our quarterback is. All these years that Derek Carr has been gone. And all the quarterbacks that have came in. And that's the reality. And we're about to be, again, that's with Max Crosby. We're about to be in that same situation. If we don't bring in somebody not only to help Max Crosby at this point, but to replace Max Crosby. That's why it wouldn't bother me if we decided to go, get a Arvell Reese or, you know what I'm saying? I'm hoping Ruben Bain would drop to the second, but you know what I'm saying? If we go get a Ruben Bain. Because if you bring in that guy, then you're helping Max Crosby right now. But then when Max Crosby decides to go, then we already have a pass rusher. We don't need to be in a position where Max Crosby says, due to health or whatever the situation may be, let me knock on wood, I'm going to hang it up, and now we have no pass rush. Just like when we got rid of Derek Carr. When he left, no quarterback. We were hoping for quarterback. We were hoping Garoppolo. We were hoping Jarek Stidham. We were hoping, you know what I'm saying? I can keep going down the list. Minshew. We were hoping. Everybody was all on AOC. We were hoping. So we need to make sure we bring that in. And bring that in ASAP. That's why, again, with the Mendoza first round and what we're going to do in the second round, I'm hoping that it's a pass rusher. Because we need to start looking for Max Crosby's replacement. And that's straight up gospel. Because Max Crosby's literally on one leg. How many years have we dealt with Max Crosby and his knee? How many years have we dealt with Max Crosby missing games because of his knee? And I know he's doing the best he can. I know he's, wanting to be out there and be out there every snap. And I once a Raider, always a Raider. I give you your props. I give you your praise. I give you what's due when it's due. But health-wise and value-wise, we got a player that's injury. I don't want to say injury prone, but you guys can make that. You know what I'm saying? That choice on yourself, but a frequently injured, playing injured player. We're not, I don't remember the last time we had a full healthy Max Crosby. And that shows you a lot because he does well with dealing with injury and playing with injury, but we need to supplement that before it gets bad and we're completely out. Another player that a lot of people, we talk about a little bit, but it's also reality. On the other side of the line, Colton Miller. We need to get that replacement. If it's Charles Rogers, let's figure that out. Because we gotta protect our blind side. And some of these guys, like I said, we need to start looking at like, hey, he's possibly on his way out. What are we bringing behind them? So that we're not without when that time comes. Because again, I think Colton Miller, his time might be in a year or two. So what are we going to do? Colton Miller's going to say we're going to Colton Miller says we hang it up and now we ain't got a left tackle. So we got to address those things. He said, linebacker, please. Yes, we need linebacker. Again, we got a lot of people on 1-year contracts. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled on the Devin White experiment. All those tackles is because of him. And I'm not talking about because he's making tackles. He's getting beat and recovering to tackle. He's getting picked on a lot. And that's why he's the one tackling, because it's his player that's catching the ball. and making plays. John Leon said our O-line will continue to suck. I look. I think that's where John Spytek has to step in. And unfortunately, this was the issue that they had early in the draft. Because they both were confident in this offensive line, where last year we knew this offensive line wasn't. Everybody was talking about, oh, we were last in the run, and oh, we need a running back, and that's why everybody was so built on Ashton Jeanty coming in to be the savior of our running game. When in reality, it was our offensive line. Not saying that Zeus was it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Zeus was him, but in reality, it was our offensive line that was not opening those holes and those gaps for our line consistently. And that's where Josh Spytek is going to have to work that out, because he's seen that. He's been in the room where he knows investing in the trenches, and he said all that and failed to address the trenches. See that? See how all that comes together. You talk about it, but you didn't do it. And I told y'all, as soon as Kappa came over, if you believe Kappa's going to be a starter, stop the cap. That ain't going to do nothing. And that's exactly what happened. You guys put your questions in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Put your comments in the chat. I'm reading them, looking at them, you know what I'm saying? Giving you that Raider gospel. Appreciate you guys coming in. Again, I see you guys in the chat. Much love. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All that good stuff. Yes, sir. Hey, question. Dante Moore, number 1. Mendoza 2. Put that in the chat. Give me a 1. Give me a 2, or you can say their name. You know what I'm saying? Dante Moore or Mendoza. Which one y'all like? Tell me which one y'all like. You know, because I do like this guy right here.
Welcome to the dark side.
Going up.
And they need to quit playing, because I also like this guy too.
Yeah, no, I can definitely help you out with that. Anything else? No? Just always remember, go Raiders.
You know what I'm saying? They need to go let JPJ, you know what I'm saying? JPJ that line. You feel me? Yes, sir. Yeah, buddy. There's some things I'm going to address in another live, You know what I'm saying? Because I got some hot, you know what I'm saying? I got some hot fire. You know what I'm saying? I got some hot fire. And I need to, you know what I'm saying, get that I need to cook it up a little bit for you know what I'm saying, before I bring it out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I be whipping up that work, you know what I'm saying, back here. Okay, Riverside said Mendoza. Hey, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe. I see some new people in the building. It is completely free to do. You know what I'm saying? So you know what to do. Be a part of the congregation crew. You feel me? But I appreciate you coming in. Hey, at Riverside, you know what I'm saying? That last one is hey, Riverside, tell me this. Hey, is that last part of the Riverside? Is that what you about? You know what I'm saying? If that's what you about, let me know. Because you might be saying that because you know. Okay. Hey, I know I know what that how can I say it? If it's what I think it is, I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? And all good. For real. But I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Being in, you're definitely welcome in the congregation. All right. Congregation. You feel me? Okay, so Mendoza, again, I like Mendoza. I think what's gonna with Mendoza, like I said, you got to protect him. He can move a little bit, but he's not like that. He's not a Lamar Jackson. Okay. And the best success that you're going to get out of Mendoza is when you can protect him in the pocket and give him a buffet full of weapons. Because if you let him sit there, I think he'll be able to read. You know what I'm saying? He'll be able to read what we got going on. Definitely. Any other questions in the chat? You know what I'm saying? I'm here for y'all. I am here for y'all. Give y'all about 10, 15 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? 10, 15. Because you know your boy got to eat. You feel me? You got to eat. I got to eat. Because we be eating. And I love to eat. You know what I'm saying? Shirley knows I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, gent, you know, and I said that earlier because there was somebody, I forgot who it was. Somebody was I was watching somebody and they was like so excited about Mendoza touchdown. I'm like, dude, he handed the ball off. He turned like this and the dude ran it for a touchdown. What did Mendoza real? I could have did that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, here you go, cuz. Go ahead, go ahead and get yours, get it in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he benefited with his run game, and I think a complementary offense is going to do that for you, right? And I think with Genty, he's going to complement his quarterback. I think he's doing that in spurts now. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we seen Geno dump it off to Genty and Genty make it happen? So that's what makes me optimistic about this team, because I'm like, dude, if only we had an offensive line, that would just open up our offense even more. Whatever offense that we're running, right? And I think with Mendoza, he's going to need, not saying that he's solely dependent on those things, but that's what's going to make him even better. That's what's going to make him dangerous, is to have that run game, where it's not like he has to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. Not saying that Mendoza can't do that, because I think he could do that with a good offensive line, with a decent offensive line. But when you have all of these weapons around you, right? The play action with, Genty's running the ball traditionally, but now you got the play action involved, right? Now you got now you can, you know what I'm saying, get the play action going. Then you can, start getting Genty coming out of the backfield in the pass game. Because remember, I call Genty I call him Genty the Baptist, because you give him the ball, he's sliding that first tackle, and then he's making that DB make a business decision. And most of the time, you know what I'm saying, he's making that guy miss. I think there was like 2 or 3 touchdowns this year where I knew that he was going to score that touchdown, because it was like, okay, there's one guy that's going to, that safety's coming, that safety's supposed to make that last tackle, and what happens? Whoop! He slides him, or he gives him that stiff arm, and that is going to benefit whoever our quarterback is, including Mendoza. Definitely. But hey, you're right. Hey, Riverside, you're right. If you're visualizing that with what we have, you know what I'm saying, skill-wise, yeah, it does look good, but it all starts with blocking that, for, you know what I'm saying, addressing that offensive line. Because again, Mendoza's not a Lamar Jackson. So you got to, you know what I'm saying, when you have more of a pocket passer, you're gonna have to make sure that pocket is on point. Hey, yeah, and and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I said this about Genty, and I've said this about where we are in the organization. We have completely robbed Ashton Genty from being the offensive rookie of the year. Because if we had a decent offensive line, it would have been easy for Genty to get to 1,000. And if not more, definitely more. How many times have we seen Ashton Genty? We hand the ball off to Ashton Genty and he's getting hit. His first contact is behind the line of scrimmage. And that's where we're having the troubles, right? We're having the frustrations of this offense because he's literally getting hit in the backfield. And he's making the best out of the situation. So, we completely robbed him of his offensive rookie of the year, but definitely he can bounce back and be a top pass rusher this upcoming year. Again, if we address that offensive line, and the way I think we should do it is in free agency. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I've been, I had some technical difficulties, what I'm saying. And that's what happens, when I haven't been, on for a minute. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Hey, here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates, for being an organ donor. So please be an organ donor. That's always down in the description of all my videos and all my lives. Okay. That's what we do over here at Raider Twuan. We're advocates for being a blessing to someone else, and that's how you can be a blessing. It is one of those things, you guys, that people don't realize can be a blessing to many people. And let's be honest, are you going to really need your organs after you die? You know what I'm saying? So if you can help somebody else by just checking a box, then go ahead and do that. So all that information is down in the description of my videos and my lives. All of my videos and all my lives. That's what we do over here at Raider Twuan. Be a part of the 1K, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe. Be a part of the congregation. That is completely free to do. Now, if you need some daily motivation, you know what I'm saying, a text to make you feel better, make you live better, make you do better, you know what I'm saying, text connect to 510, you know what I'm saying, 345-1660. Text the word connect to 510-345-1660. That is just some daily motivation, some daily, you know what I'm saying, encouragement for you on a daily basis. You get a little text message, read it, you know what I'm saying, dig in, dive in, okay? And also, if you want to be a financial blessing to the channel, that is how you can do it. Cash App, $Twuan. Venmo is at Twuan, okay? And it's right there on the screen. Okay? That is how you do it. That is how you do it. Hey, yeah, do that. Appreciate you. You know what? And this is going to be the last question. Because like I said, I'm kind of getting hungry. You know what? It's going to be very interesting on what they do. They've already put out the skeleton crew. You know what I'm saying? We're on our backup quarterback. We're on our backup quarterback. We ain't got our star, you know what I'm saying, pass option. We don't got our star pass rusher. We don't have our top safety. You know what I'm saying? We're really using, like I said, we were top heavy and wasn't really top heavy, but we're really using our backups. So I don't know how worse or worse talent wise we can get. You know, and I don't. It would be very interesting to see if Genty, you know what I'm saying, completely puts the whole team on his back, and that's how we end up winning the game or something like that. But I think we're already at a skeleton against KC. So, you know, that's that. Like, what else could we do? To make it, I mean, well, there is some just outrageous, crazy things that we can do, but we don't, and that's that goes into the whole other live of the whole tank situation, right? People talking about tanking and all of that, right? I think we're safely skating it by with what we have, you know. And I think, well, honestly, I think with what we have, I don't think we're going to win a game either, unfortunately, or fortunately. But we shall see. Right? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. And stay tuned here at Raider Twuan. You know what I'm saying? If you have not, go ahead and subscribe, get active, hit that notification bell so you are notified when I do go live, because I do go live at random. And yes, sir, I do. Yeah, I do go live at random. That's something I definitely do. And stay tuned, because I think I got in top of my head, I think I got 2 lives. One, I'll give you a little teaser. One's talking about Max Crosby and in that situation. And no, I'll just leave that one in, you know what I'm saying? I'll just leave you with that one when we talk about Max Crosby, our captain. All right. Hey, remember, you're a blessing. Be a blessing to someone else. And let's go. Happy New Year. Let's go. Raiders.
What up, hello? cousins Mike and Joey. They were a football family. From the John could pursue his dreams. Tonight the Twins in Illinois, and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.